beautiful soul. My name is Mara, and I welcome you to this pick a card reading. This is going to be all about the next blessing to enter your life. I'm going to go over each crystal for the readings, and while I hold those up to the camera, I will be playing a sound for those that would like to choose their reading clairaudiently. If you're interested in purchasing this deck right here or the tarot deck that I'm going to use for clarification, then you can find my affiliate links down in the description below. You can also find my list of all the decks that I use on this channel and in my personal life. So let's start with reading number 1. Reading number 2. And reading number 3. Okay. If you need more time, you can pause the video or go down to the description and hit the reading selection timestamp. We're going to begin with reading number 1, but all 3 will be timestamped in the description as well. So I'll see you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. We're going to start off with the overall theme of the blessing that's entering your life, and then we'll jump into some tarot to get some clarification on what this blessing is about and how you may be receiving it. So, starting off with the major theme, okay, we've got happiness, marjoram. And I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not positive. So, this is all about you really receiving something that is due to you. This happiness is very stable in its energy. It's very grounded. And so it may start off kind of subtle in its nature, and then it kind of grows and expands. And especially if you take the energy and take note of when it starts and then really start to feed the fire. And we do have the fire symbol here. So this could really be about your passions, about something that you feel really passionate about, something that you feel very fiery about. And maybe I just heard the word protective. So maybe you are feeling very protective over something, or you could start to build that kind of protective feeling towards it. And this could speak about coming out of a really dark mental space. It could speak of finally getting that freedom, that feeling of release and relief that comes after a really long or just a really heavy period in your life. So, overall, this is speaking of a really beautiful scenario that's going to be unfolding, and it's going to feel good in your body. It's not just something that is, "Oh wow, that's great. I'm so happy." And I'm only happy because this thing is here. It's a buildup. It's a long lasting, stable thing that will be birthed from within you. It's not circumstantial, it's definitely coming from within. And so, overall, this is a really nice card to get when it comes to blessings because this speaks of stability in happiness. And, happiness is always a good sign, whether it is fleeting or not. Happiness is just a really great feeling to have. But overall, I do feel like this is something that is really going to persist, not just in a singular moment, but throughout some time. We also have Gemini symbol here, so this may happen during the Gemini season this year. All right, so starting into some clarification. Spirit, can we get some clarification about this blessing? What does this happiness card symbolize for pile number 1? Ooh. Okay, wow. Oh, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse and the World on the bottom of the deck. So this, I'm absolutely feeling like this is you coming out of a dark night of a soul or some kind of really heavy depression, maybe some kind of trauma work that you had to do. It's coming out of anxiety. Maybe you are feeling deep regret about something, you're feeling guilt, you're feeling really heavy. And this is your confirmation basically that it will not last forever. This too shall pass. And it's okay to feel like that's not necessarily true. You don't want to force yourself to feel hope because then it's not really genuine. Of course, faking it till you make it, sometimes that is the best bet, and you should always follow your intuition in that regard, in what's going to work the best for you in your own process. But overall, this is telling me that you are going to be feeling better soon, that you will begin to step out of this really dark moment of, ruminating over what little decisions you made to get to this point of feeling hopeless, feeling anxiety. Maybe you haven't been sleeping well. Maybe you have been really just struggling with some kind of decision that you've made or some kind of decision that was made on your behalf. So this card does also speak of some divine intervention, some kind of situation was out of your control and you feel responsible for it. And with the World on the bottom of the deck especially, this is telling me that it was for your highest good. And I really don't mean to say that if you've been through a traumatic event. I don't mean that the event was good for you and that, you should have gone through that. I just mean that there is something that you personally are going to learn from this because you choose to. And the way that you have deepened your experience as a human and deepened your relationship with yourself through this process, it's going to further you in life in general. It's going to bring you to this beautiful moment. And especially if it's been this really low, this happiness will feel so much more grand, so much more special to you. And I feel like if anybody else were to receive this kind of happiness, it's almost as if they wouldn't appreciate it. It's like this is going to start so small that the normal person, um, not that to say that you're not normal, but somebody that hasn't gone through something like this, they wouldn't be able to recognize it. They wouldn't be able to pick up on it, and so it would be lost on them. But for you, it's this little subtle moment where you can finally start to breathe again. Maybe you finally get a good night's rest. Maybe you finally come to a place of closure in your mind of completion and wholeness that the world speaks of, and really start to feel that peace of mind and soul and body. And that's where it really starts to grow and develop. But since this card is in reverse, it definitely speaks of what's done is done. There's nothing you could have done beyond what you did, and there's no more that you can do about the situation. It's over and it's time to move forward, and you will move forward. This period of deep darkness is almost over, and especially with this happiness card here and the World on the bottom of the deck surrounding the energy, it's a confirmation for you. It's almost over. Just hold on a little bit longer. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands coming out, so two nines. So this card speaks of some defensiveness of the wounded soldier. So you want to fight, you want to feel important, but you're hurt and you need to rest. You need to allow yourself this closure period that is trying to take place. We do have the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So this could point to you maybe needing a confirmation, needing some kind of person or situation to really recognize your struggle from beyond the surface, because I feel like some people may see what you're going through or see what you went through and be like, "Oh yeah, I know about that." And you're like, "No, you don't. You really don't." And you're too nice to say anything about it, but on the inside there's this wall up, this nobody else knows what I have been through. And because of that, I feel isolated. I feel alone. I feel anxious and upset because what is the point of furthering myself and continuing honestly if I'm alone? If I don't have anybody to really to recognize who I am. And so I think that somebody's going to be entering your life to really help you. And it may not be a physical person, it may be a spirit guide, it may even be your own thoughts that get you to this place of peace where you don't have to tighten up. I'm feeling like my whole body wants to tighten up. So you may be stuck in a trauma response. And so I feel like there's going to be something, somebody that is going to allow you the space to really be yourself and just to see you. They're not going to put any like thoughts into what it should look like or if they know what it looks like. They're just going to let you exist. And because of that, you'll start to release and you'll start to rest. And you may honestly sleep for a long time after you come out of this. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about this blessing before we wrap up our reading. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. So trust your ideas, trust your intuition. You are in the planning stage, and it's really, really important that you don't stay here forever, that you recognize that this is part of your process. It's okay. You don't have to get out of bed and do a bunch of stuff to get going. But if you have ideas, allow them to grow, allow them to really build within you and gain stability so that when you're ready to take action, that you really do it from a place of sureness, of really of certainty. So while you are in this planning stage, allow yourself to honor it. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to take care of yourself, lick your wounds, and put down this wall that you've been holding up for so long. Allow yourself that time and that energy to really take care of yourself on a deeper level, and when you do that, you will be ready. Like when you're stepping out of this planning stage, you will feel so ready to move forward that you won't question your decisions because you've been planning. And the reason I said don't stay there forever is because sometimes we can exert a lot of energy in the planning stage. We get really excited about new ideas, planning things, and writing goals down. And we end up exerting all of our energy into that stage so that we have nothing left when it comes to the action part. So remember that this is an important part of the process, of your process, and you get to determine how long you want to stay there. But make sure you reserve some energy for actually doing things, for actually stepping outside of this comfort zone that you have potentially created for yourself in this really dark space. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. So that speaks of a major cycle ending. This is a really nice, I love that we are starting the reading with the Nine of Swords and ending it with the 10 because it's like this culmination process. Like I really should have laid these out differently, but you start off with this moment of anxiety. You don't know how you're going to find your way out. You recognize that you are feeling defensive. You recognize that you are holding up a wall and really blocking a lot of good feeling things and bad feeling things, but in the process of that, you really allow yourself to release, loosen your muscles, allow yourself to be at peace a little bit more, and then you enter the the future, the future feeling kind of situation, the planning stage, and allowing yourself to have kind of this forward thinking attitude where you can see good things for yourself. And because of that, you are closing a cycle. You are saying enough is enough. You've put the final sword in the coffin and you're done. And oh, I love this. On the underneath that is the Six of Swords. So this speaks of moving from rocky waters into smooth waters, into a better feeling for yourself. So, wow. Overall, pile number one, your blessing is all about stepping out of this really dark situation that you've been in into a beautiful, peaceful, tranquil, very happy space. And it's created from your ability to create that, from your ability to recognize it, to sift it out, to really feel your way towards it and do the inner work to get there. There is a lot of progress that you are making, and you should know that this is your confirmation that you will make it out. It's okay if you feel a little bit hopeless right now, but know that the cycle is truly ending, and it's from your work, your inner work, and your maybe even your physical work. Trust your ideas, trust your intuition, and allow yourself to be seen, allow yourself to be heard, because what you have to say really truly matters. Happiness is on its way to you. You can absolutely trust that, and just believe in yourself in the process of receiving this blessing. If you found this reading helpful and you resonated, please give this video a like, and you can subscribe if you haven't already. I post pretty often. And then I also post daily readings on TikTok. If you are interested in following me over there, my handle is down below in the description. I wish you all the best in your process to find this beautiful gift of happiness. Blessed be. Hello, group number two. Welcome to your reading. We are going to start with the overall theme of this blessing that's coming into your life, and then we're going to jump into some tarot to get some clarification about this blessing for you. So let's see what the overall theme is. It's divination. Okay, this is feeling actually like you are a really powerful person. You have so much more strength than I think that you realize, and I believe that this blessing is going to be about you overcoming something. It definitely feels like you learning to navigate your way through some kind of obstacle, and because of it, you tap into some kind of gift that you are naturally gifted at, but maybe you haven't really recognized or haven't really given yourself the time and energy to really honor it within you. So this feels like you really getting to know yourself on a deeper level. Maybe you are actually excuse me, maybe you are actually building your psychic gifts, and that's how you will navigate through this scenario. Or it could more be about you really channeling your own willpower, moving through something with desire and with um, this kind of passion and fiery energy. We also have the Scorpio sign here with the fire. So this is feeling very much like you are very familiar with the darker side of life. And so, because of that experience with contrast, because of your experience with darker things, you also have this innate ability to recognize what you truly want for yourself. And it is a matter of you actually trusting yourself when it comes to those things. I feel like in the past, when there have been scenarios like the one that you're facing right now, that as long as you trusted your decision making skills and your intuition, that things worked out beautifully. Maybe not right away, but they did work out. And in the if you didn't, that it felt very inauthentic to you. And even if it did cause happiness, that it was fleeting, it wasn't very long lasting or stable. So I feel like this is almost a refresher on your ability to trust yourself. And you may come into this really beautiful awakening. I feel like the way that this is in the form of a blessing is going to be you really just recognizing your power again. Maybe you are stepping into a really powerful era for yourself. I just heard Saturn return. So some of you may be going through a deep transformation, and because of it, it's bringing up a lot of personal identity questions. And that's where your divination may be coming into play. That's where your power may be coming into play. So I'm very curious to see how tarot clarifies this for you, because this could go a lot of different ways, but that's honestly what I'm feeling. Okay, so let's get some clarity, Spirit, for pile number two, so excuse me, group number two. What clarity can we get about this divination card? Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so a blessing, a reward, a wish is coming true. And wow, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is divinely planned for you. Divination. Okay, so this may be something that you have felt led to. This may be a big change of life for you. It definitely feels like you are sitting. Okay, my phone stopped recording, but continuing on, you are sitting at this table and kind of reviewing your options. You are looking deeply at what the universe is offering to you, and you are deciding what's going to work the best for you and what's not. And you need to know that your decisions are going to be right no matter what you choose. There is no wrong answer here. There is this really beautiful momentum that's surrounding you and your own energy right now. And the universe is really backing you up. This feels like a karmic situation, some kind of overflowing of you receiving the things that are karmically owed to you, receiving the things that are going to make sense for you moving forward. It almost feels like, and with that Saturn return energy, where you really get your world flipped upside down and rediscover yourself on a new level, that you are clearing up energy, you're clearing up space. Scorpios are very familiar with death, and so it may be that you are going through some kind of identity death and stepping into a new version of yourself, a new era where you can really feel passionate and aligned with your ideals, your morals, your just your idea about the world in general. And maybe you are stepping into a new kind of level of spirituality. Maybe it's very foreign to you, and you are going to be reviewing the things that you want. So this card also does speak of many wishes being granted at once. It speaks of total fulfillment. So you may be receiving more things than just one, and maybe I am not the person to deliver the full extent of those blessings, but overall, it's about you taking a hold of them, you grabbing a hold of these blessings and choosing them for yourself. So let's see what else the universe has for you. Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles reversed. You need to trust that people want to help you. There is something about this card in reverse that speaks of rejecting what is yours. It's okay to feel unworthy, but this is going to be an opportunity for you to really push past that limiting belief that it's not for you, that you don't take charity, that whatever you may have in your mind, whatever storyline you have created, to push past that and just allow yourself to receive. There is some kind of block that may prove a little bit difficult. And that may be the obstacle that I was speaking of at the beginning of this reading. That may be something that you are needing to push past, and maybe not push past. I feel like that's the wrong word. I feel like navigate your way through, really get to know yourself on a deeper level so that you can understand why you push away the things that are being offered to you. Why do you, where does that stem from? And we'd have the Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this is telling me that you will begin a new way of taking action towards things. So it's feeling like you're a little bit hesitant to take any of these gifts because of this block, but you will be willing to take a look at why that is, to really examine yourself, and because of your willingness in general, that opens you up to receiving so much more than I think that you could really fathom for yourself right now. This is feeling like a turn of your ability to receive. So overall, let yourself feel good. Let yourself receive the things that you deserve, because you do deserve them. Yeah. Wow. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Sun. So it's really interesting. We also have the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So I want to address this first. So this is about you moving away from a time where you really invested a lot. And so that may be your resistance in general. It may be that you are having a hard time really recognizing that this is a blessing in general. It may come in a very weird way. It may come in the way that you're not really expecting. And so it doesn't feel totally right to you. But the longer that you sit with it, the longer that you really allow yourself to witness it, it's going to make sense to you. Now, with the Seven of Cups here, it does feel like you need to be kind of aware of your ability to really choose something just because it takes you out of uncomfortableness. You don't wanna make a decision just because it takes you out of that. You want to make a decision based on longevity and choosing something that is going to last in your life. You don't just want to take yourself out of the uncomfortableness just for a short period of time. You want to build a foundation out of that and into a better feeling for yourself. So choose something that really feels right for you in the long run. And like I was saying, there really is no wrong choice here. It's just a matter of you choosing something deeper for yourself, because I do feel like this cycle may continue until you choose, and that's honestly why you can't really make a bad decision. It's just that you're going to learn what you need to learn at your own pace in your own time. So, with the King of Cups, this is all about taking care of yourself and really taking responsibility for your emotions and really, really listening to your intuition. And because of your ability to do that, and I feel like this is kind of a developed thing that you've been working up to, because of that, you are going to be receiving this really beautiful energy that the Sun card encompasses. This is about, overall health, really feeling good in your body, about feeling happiness on a long-term and stable level. This is about receiving the money, the resources that you really want and desire for yourself. And so I definitely feel like overall, this blessing is about you stepping into a really powerful position in your life where you see what you want, you break down the barrier to allow it into your life, and you choose the things that are going to make sense for you long term. And maybe there is this scenario that happens where it's like you could choose something that aligned with your old self. And it's really tempting because it used to bring you a lot of satisfaction. But if you listen to your intuition, if you listen to the things that are going to work for you in the future and who you're stepping into, then that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And because of your ability to really decipher that, to see that for yourself, you can then choose this overarching beautiful energy that is really going to kind of restore your ability to feel powerful, to feel important, to feel worthy of receiving, to feel like you are making the right decisions. So, overall, for you, pile number two, this is definitely a blessing of power, of personal strength, of really navigating your way through a very intense time in your life where you can finally receive the things that you want. This feels like more things than one, again, and especially since the Nine of Cups is here, it feels like many blessings are going to be available to you. And it's coming from your ability to really step into this new version of yourself, to step into this power. So even if you aren't going through a Saturn return, that energy could be surrounding you. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your own personal process, and allow yourself to receive the things that you deserve because you really, 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 really do deserve them. And you should know that. If you found this reading helpful and you resonated with it, please like this video and you can subscribe if you haven't already. I also post a lot of daily content on TikTok. You can find my handle down there in the description. So I wish you all the best in receiving this blessing. Blessed be. Hello, group number three. Welcome to your reading. We are going to start with the overall theme of your blessing that you will be receiving, and then we're going to jump into some tarot to get some clarification about this blessing. So, your overall theme is protection. Okay, so this is telling me that one, you need to know that you are making the right choices, that you are divinely protected, and it's okay if you feel a little bit nervous about where you're heading in life, but to know that you're on the right path. You're doing the right things, you're making the right decisions, you're talking to the right people, and you are doing the right things. You can relax. It's okay to feel anxious, but it's not necessary. So this is really telling me that you just need to believe in yourself, and maybe that's going to be s- kind of put upon you by the universe. Maybe there will be some kind of scenario where you really step into this aha moment where you really recognize your power in creating your life and the universe's ability to provide for you. This definitely feels like you are worried about something, and your blessing is going to come in the form of reassurance, of allowing you to really relax and trust that things are always working out for you. And if it's not this, it's something better. This is definitely feeling very much like a reminder of your power. So let's take a look at what this blessing is about, Spirit. For pile group number three, what is this protection card about? Okay, yeah, we have celebration here with the Three of Cups. This is about harvesting the things that you really deserve. So I really, really feel like you're just really anxious about receiving something, about not getting the closure that you needed from something, about maybe a deal going wrong in your business. Maybe this is about just an argument within a friend group, or it could be a multitude of things, but whatever you are anxious about, it's okay. It's going to be okay, and you are protected. There is going to be such a beautiful result to what you are worrying about, and I feel like it's gonna be this beautiful moment where you just laugh and you're like, "Oh my god, I was so worried. I was so worried for nothing." And of course, it's not nothing. Obviously, our brains try to protect us, and there is some stuff that you can, do to really self-soothe, and maybe that is part of your process at this time, is really learning to get back into your body and self-soothe and process your emotions so that it doesn't control you. But overall, this is a confirmation that this blessing is going to provide a reason for celebration. There is going to be a cause for you to feel good and celebrate with the people that you love. So let's see what else is coming through about this blessing. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands, feeling confident, feeling fiery, and really nurturing. This is a really beautiful energy to receive in terms of a blessing, because she is very self assured. She's very holistic, down to earth, and she really knows how to control and channel her creative energy to really bring results into her life. So it feels like there is this thing that you've been worried about. And maybe I'm just going to use a business for an example. So maybe you have made a business decision and you are really going out on a ledge with this one. You really don't know how it's going to work. You've never made this kind of decision before. And because of it, you are so anxious. And it ends up going perfect. It may even go better than you ultimately thought when you decided to make this decision. And because of your ability to navigate the unknown, you celebrate and you step into this new power of really feeling like, yeah, I can do this. If I can do that, I can do all of these other things that I've been really afraid to do. And with the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck, it's like you will be starting this new era of trusting your thoughts, trusting your intuition, and trusting your ability to navigate new and unknown situations, stepping into this power moment. This is also speaking of a peak attraction point in your life. So you may start to receive more and more and more once you get to this stage of relaxed energy, of allowing yourself to feel good because of your ability to attract the things that you want. You are really stepping into a really powerful point. This card can also speak of messages being like physically receiving news. And so it could be that you do celebrate. It went the way that you were hoping it would go. And because of that, you feel really confident. And on top of that, there's something better that is introduced. There's some kind of thing that brings you to this point of just total self assuredness, just feeling in control, feeling powerful, feeling also very nurturing towards yourself and the actions that you're taking. Maybe it's been really difficult for you to get to this point. It's been hard for you to show up in life for yourself. And because you did some inner work or some kind of process, you really broke down your own barriers. And because of that, you are stepping into this powerful version of yourself. It definitely feels like this new kind of vitality is being introduced into your life. So let's see what else is coming through. Saw the Ace of Pentacles pop around there. Okay, but we've got the Ace of Swords. So this is all about you taking action. Wow, okay, taking action towards what you want. We also have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So It's about you following the ideas that you have. It's going to take some courage on your part. It's going to take your ability to feel brave and to feel that self assuredness for you to really follow through with this idea. But I believe that it's not going to be that difficult for you because you're going to be on this high. You're going to be on this feeling of knowing that you can do anything. And with the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, it's very much feeling like you will know the actions that you need to take to follow through with these ideas, with this beautiful really courageous moment that you are building up within your mind. It's going to be birthed through your ideas first, and then you'll be able to follow through with action and know that you are divinely protected in the process of this. Um, Wow, and the fact that I saw the Ace of Pentacles pop around wherever that was, it's telling me that there is, it's going to start off with your ability to do a lot. There is going to be a lot of work involved in this blessing, but eventually that work is going to have its own momentum. It's kind of like a snowballing effect where it just starts to go on its own and it will build and build as it goes, and it's almost like passive income. And so it definitely feels like this blessing is going to come in the form of things working out, and just from that ability to let your hair down, relax, and celebrate the efforts that you've put into something, um, just from that, it starts to build and build. It builds in your confidence, it builds in your mind. You start having all these great ideas that maybe you've been really cut off to because of you not feeling worthy or you not feeling capable of it. But since you are having these new ideas, you can really start to take new action towards these things, and you start to feel better. You start to feel more in control of your life. You start to feel protected, and maybe your faith in the universe and its ability to provide for you is restored. And ah, what a beautiful scenario to go through. It feels like overall for you, group number 3, that this blessing is going to be restorative. It's going to remind you that you are worthy of things, that you are worthy of taking action towards the things that you want. And beyond that, the fact that you're worthy of it, you are capable. You are more than capable of achieving the things that you want and really going after the things that you desire for yourself. You're not crazy for wanting that big house or that big sum of money or just the beautiful family, the relaxing home with your partner. It's whatever you want and you get to design it. You get to go after it. And I really believe that you are going to be receiving that as you allow yourself to keep opening up to your personal power and your worth. And I do love that you felt drawn to this citrine because this is all about power and creation and attracting the things that you want. So, overall, this is such a beautiful blessing to receive. I really think that you are going to step into such a powerful moment for yourself, such a beautiful era to exist in. If you found this reading helpful and insightful and you resonated, then please give this video a like and follow if you aren't already. I also post a lot of daily content on TikTok. You can find my handle down in the description. And I will see you at the next reading. Blessed be.